本日は地元放送局による優勝特番の模様をお届けします。話題は3連覇に向けての展望、ワールドシリーズのベスト10シーン、MVP の展望にまで及んでいます。まさに保存版の40分です。現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
The Dodgers right in the long ball. Yamamoto goes the distance. Ohtani stays on one. Unbelievable stuff from Will Klein. Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series. It's a game-ending double play. The Dodgers have forced Game 7. No way! Incredible. It's got a chance. It is gone.
It's unbelievable to think that he could be in this game.
Up the middle, bats to the back, over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Just like all of you, our network is still celebrating one of the most dramatic and heart-stopping title runs in baseball history. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. I'm John Hartung. How lucky are we? For the second straight year, Sportsnet LA is the home of the World Series champions. We know the business of baseball is already underway, but we aren't ready to stop the party here in Los Angeles. We waited 36 years to have a parade. This time around, we only needed 12 months to have another one. Anytime you celebrate with the best fans in all of baseball, it is a great time. Plus, how about that incredible Game 7, and where do we even begin? We'll revisit the Dodgers' incredible World Series comeback and the moments we will never forget, which somehow all added up to the 9th World Series title in franchise history. And to go with that Commissioner's Trophy, the Dodgers will soon have yet another NL MVP. We'll discuss the Big Show's role in an unforgettable season. It's a World Series champion edition of Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Let's go. Hey, welcome inside our Sportsnet LA studio, joined tonight by Jerry Hairston Jr. from the OC Register. It is Bill Plunkett. I think the entire city, Dodger fans across the world, all of us are still recovering from that incredible World Series run. Bill, how has it been like for you? Because it was more than just the World Series. It was all the travel throughout the month of October, throughout the season, but a real grind for you. How you holding up?
The last 6 weeks, I think I wrote every day but one. So I'm a little out of words, maybe. I have a suitcase that I haven't emptied yet, maybe. Are we in Toronto or am I in Milwaukee? Where are we, anyway? I'm lost.
You survived it.
You survived it. And, you know, we survived it, John.
We sure did.
Even though we didn't travel, the energy, making sure extra innings with the Game 3, 18-inning affair, and then Game 7, which was absolutely epic. That game that felt like it was like 3 games in one. Dodgers found a way to win it. Now, the last 3 or 4 days, I did do some drinking, too, though.
You did a little bit. We've seen some of the videos. Thirst trap. Before we look back, though, let's look ahead. A repeat is nice, but a three-peat would be even better. According to FanDuel Sportsbook and just about anyone who knows baseball, back-to-back champions are the favorite to do it again next year. The Dodgers at plus 350. Next up, the Yankees at 7-1. Rounding out the top 6, you have the Phillies, Mets, Astros, and Mariners. By the way, the Padres are 20-1. They're the next highest from the NL West. And I know some people might be thinking, can't we just enjoy this championship for a minute? But we heard Dave Roberts mention three-peat at the rally. Freddie Freeman mentioning the job for 2026 starts now, so it is worth having the conversation, Jerry. You take into account the fact that the rosters are going to change over the next few months, but the Dodgers have an incredible opportunity to keep this run going.
They do. You know what? You look at it now, honestly, the Blue Jays were outstanding. They gave the Dodgers a run for their money. Some may say that they kind of outplayed the Dodgers. So I expect the Dodgers to be better, even if they don't make a move. But I really believe they're going to be really aggressive. Maybe shore up their bullpen. Maybe add another bat in the outfield. And I think if they do that, they're going to have a great chance to three-peat. And Dave Roberts said it, and the owner said it as well. They want to three-peat and really take advantage of the team they have in place right now.
And the team they have in place isn't going to change that much. It's not like most years where you have a big free agent on your own team that you have to worry about leaving or re-signing. You know, Corey Seager left after the 2020 season. They lost Trey Turner. The 6 free agents they have right now, Kopech, Kike, Rojas, Conforto, Andrew Heaney, those are not real difference makers, okay? Let's be honest. So anything they do this offseason, like you said, it's going to be additive. They're going to go out and get more. So the chances of a three-peat look really good sitting here in November.
And there's nothing wrong with getting more, because remember, Bill, you know this, probably a couple weeks before the playoffs started, remember? The Dodgers bullpen was cooked. Everybody was laughing at us. Padres going to beat us. You have the Phillies going to knock us out. Obviously, maybe the Yankees or the Blue Jays, but the Dodgers played good enough baseball to repeat. So Dodgers, be aggressive this offseason.
All right, and Bill was talking about this in the free agents. The Dodgers today picked up the options on Max Muncy and Alex Vesia for next year, so they really have 5 players hitting free agency. Clayton Kershaw, he's retired. Michael Conforto, Kike, who was instrumental again in October. Michael Kopech, you have Game 7 hero Miguel Rojas, Kirby Yates as well. Bill mentioned Andrew Heaney. We don't imagine he will be around, but Miguel Rojas is going to be 37 years old opening day next season. But over his 12-year career, you could argue his 2 best offensive years for a full season are these last 2 years with the Dodgers. He only wants to play 1 more year, Bill. He's now a World Series legend here in Los Angeles. So make a case for Miggy Rowe to be back with the Dodgers next year.
Well, it's more than what he does on the field. If you bring him back, it's largely because of the presence and the leadership he has in the clubhouse, especially among the Latin players like Andy Paez, Teoscar, and those guys. So that's got value. You saw the Dodgers bring back Kike last year because of what he does in October. So they're aware of the intangibles. They know the value of those things.
I'm a big vibe guy, and I also love glue guys. Guess what? Miguel Rojas is both of those. And you talk about the leadership, Bill. He is one of the leaders in that clubhouse. It is imperative, vital, that the Dodgers bring him up. And also, by the way, Miggy Rowe also said to Shohei Ohtani, after Miggy Rowe hit that home run and Shohei Ohtani flew out, came back to the bat rack, he grabbed Miggy Rowe. I said, you ain't leaving. You're going to stay here for the next 10 years. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Miggy's not going to play 10 more years. That's not happening. But he could play 1 more year. He is vital to the success of this team. Give him a chance to three-peat. They're going to bring him back. All
right, one of the other guys, Kike Hernandez, 34 years of age, did not have a good regular season, but once again, he had a big impact in the month of October. Jerry, make a case for the Dodgers to run it back and go for a three-peat with Kike.
Another guy that knows his role. Maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe Kike wanted to be that everyday player. Kike knows that he's really not that everyday player. He can fill in from time to time in that regular season, but come postseason, this guy, he continues to get hit after hit, clutch play after clutch play. I have a feeling they're going to bring Kike Hernandez back, and I really believe, just like the vibe guy, glue guy, just like Miggy Rowe, it is imperative the Dodgers bring back Kike Hernandez. He wants to come back just like Miggy Rowe. Give these 2 guys, Kike and Miguel Rojas, a chance to three-peat, and you already know what you're going to get with them. They know how to play in October. That is so hard to find, guys. If you try to get this guy here or there, these 2 guys, you know how they know how to play in October, so you got to bring both these guys back.
What do you replace Kike with? Do you got another guy who can play as many positions as he can? You might have a guy who can play a couple positions on the infield, maybe a couple positions in the outfield, but somebody who does both wrapped up in one package. Yeah, he didn't have a very good season, but he's good. He would be very hard to replace.
All right, we'll see if the Dodgers do bring both of those guys back. I know all the fans would love to see both Kike and Miggy Rowe back in 2026. Max Muncy's 8th inning home run in Game 7 of the World Series, one of the many pivotal moments in the Dodgers' comeback to go back-to-back. Coming up, more on the Dodgers wanting to run it back for a three-peat with Muncy in 2026. Plus, with all of the stressful and dramatic moments of Game 7, we'll run through several of them, like Mookie turning 2 to win it. Jerry and Bill share what they were thinking during all of those key moments. This tweet from Major League Baseball: Game 7 of the 2025 World Series averaged 51 million viewers combined across the United States, Canada, and Japan, making the thrilling 11-inning contest the most-watched MLB game in 34 years since Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. Game 7 of the 25 World Series took 4 hours and 7 minutes, and I'm going to be honest, I agonized over every single second of that emotional roller coaster. But in the end, though, everything that needed to go the Dodgers' way ultimately did. From our friends at Fox Sports on how the win probability tracked throughout one of the greatest games ever played.
Deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is gone long. 3-run home run. Ball lines the ball to center field. Varsho lays out, and he made the catch. Smith Manners into right center field. Hernandez running out get there. And it's 4-2 Blue Jays. The 1-1 from the Savage. Muncy hits a high drive to deep right field. Headed for the pole and gone. Drilled to left field and deep. And gone. No way. Miguel Rojas. Roller to second. Rojas comes home in time. And it's Miguel Rojas. Smith hits a high fly ball to deep left field. It's got a chance. It is gone. It's Will Smith in Game 7. And in the 11th inning of Game 7, the Dodgers lead for the first time. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kirk bounces one up the middle. Bats to the back. Over the fence to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out.
In 1988, Jack Buck had the famous "I don't believe what I just saw" radio call for Kirk Gibson's walk-off home run. Game 7 alone had a handful of those types of moments. Let's look back at some of them, and these guys are going to tell me what you were thinking when the moments happened. The first one, you have one out, top of the 9th inning. Blue Jays are 2 outs away from winning the World Series. Miguel Rojas, Jerry, hadn't hit a home run off a right-handed pitcher all year long. What were you thinking here?
I was thinking, Miggy, fastball away, think fastball away, bust it to right, get on base for Shohei. He was thinking the same thing because you see him leaning out over, and the best pitch to hit when you're thinking right field of fastball is a hanging slider, and he was able to backspin it, and as soon as that ball left the building, I went absolutely nuts.
We know that.
And a guy like Miggy Rojas, deserved that moment.
Bill, what were you thinking when that ball went over the wall?
Well, I think if you show the reaction of Dave Roberts in the dugout, I think that's what we were all thinking. I mean, could there have been a more improbable guy to hit a home run in that situation than Miggy Rojas? I mean, you know, hadn't hit a home run off a right-hander all year. He had one extra base hit in his postseason career before that, and that was back in 2020. So, I mean, it was just as improbable as you can get.
Yeah, that's why Fox Sports had the win probability at 9% before that swing, and Dodgers end up getting the win. So it's 4-4, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 1 out. Bill, Miguel Rojas fields a ground ball. He stumbles a little bit before throwing to Will Smith, who barely keeps his toe on the plate. What were you thinking here?
Well, they go to a replay review after this, and I'm thinking, are we going to have the World Series settled by a replay review? If they had overturned that and allowed the run to score, that would have been it. That would have been the end of the World Series on a replay review. So I don't think any of us wanted to see it end that way after 7 tremendous games.
Yeah, and that was a tough hop there for Miggy. Had a lot of topspin. That's why he had to kind of take a step back and then fire a strike over to Will Smith. I am so glad Will Smith finally got down, got that cleat down and touched home plate. And you're right, I was scared too. Can we have a World Series end? So glad it did.
All right, well, the very next batter is Ernie Clement. Jerry hits one to left center field. Andy Paez telling Kike, you got mossed. What were you thinking when this play happened?
Well, I knew as soon as the camera went to Kike, I knew how shallow Kike was in left field. So I was hoping Andy Paez would have a better angle, would be really aggressive, which he was. I still think Kike Hernandez, had he not been run over, would have made that play, but Andy Paez, rightfully so, go on and dunk on him. Go on, do your Randy Moss. Do what you need to do to make that play. I just love the move Dave Roberts made to get Paez in, and that's what I was thinking, John. wow, Dave Roberts is on it. He got Paez in the game for his arm, but also for his range. Great play, great call from Dave Roberts.
Bill, what were you thinking then?
Yeah, he put him in the game for his arm.
Yeah,
that was the move there, because they wanted to cut down the tying run, scoring from second base or third base, and the thought was, Kike has told the story. He's laying on the dirt, thinking that they just lost the game.
Right.
Because he couldn't believe that Paez had run him over and made the catch. He thought he just ran him over. The ball went off the wall, the game was over, and they lost.
Well, it remained tied until the top of the 11th inning, when America's catcher, Will Smith, Captain Clutch, did his thing, Bill. What were you thinking when you saw this ball go over the wall in the 11th inning?
I was not surprised. Like you said, Captain Clutch, we've seen this from Will Smith so many times. But I'll give you a little look behind the scenes of how the sausage is made. I had two stories going at the same time. One if they win, one if they lose, because I got to file the minute the game ends. So this allowed me to block save the winning story and move it into our computer system.
We were talking here during that game, and I said, Bieber gives you something to hit, especially out of the bullpen, maybe a little tired. He's going to give you something to hit. And Will Smith, the previous at bats, just missed some home runs. So I'm hoping Will Smith gets something out of the plate he can drive. And as soon as that ball went on the fence, we were going wild in here. But I just remember, Will Smith has caught every single inning. I think he was thinking, I don't want to catch another 18-inning game. I'm going to end this pretty much right now. Hit that home run. Epic.
That gave the Dodgers the lead, and then in the bottom of the 11th, the Blue Jays have first and third. One out. World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto induces this game-ending double play. Jerry, what were you thinking when this twin killing ended the World Series and the Dodgers were champs again?
I was watching on my phone, Jonathan. As you know,
you were ahead of us.
I was ahead of you, but you told me to stay on my phone because we're having good things going for us. Stayed on my phone. As soon as the ball hit the turf, I yelled, Mookie, take it yourself. As a shortstop, as the ball's going towards second base, you take that ball yourself, and it hit the turf. Kirk is not exactly fleet of foot, so I loved our chances, and I was going nuts. Happy for the shortstop, Mookie Betts, to end the World Series.
Honestly, that's the first thing I thought. He's the shortstop. Stop with the moving back to right field, please. He's the shortstop on a World Series championship team. So I don't want to hear about, he belongs in right field anymore.
It was just great to see him have that ball, field it, step on the base, throw to first after everything he went through this entire season. First full year as the Dodgers shortstop, capping off that World Series championship. And at the rally on Monday, the 1988 World Series MVP gave this signed jersey to the 2025 World Series MVP. From one MVP to another, they both gave up their arms for the city of Los Angeles, being asked to do a lot in the Fall Classic. Fernando Valenzuela had his number 34 retired by the Dodgers, an honor usually bestowed upon Hall of Famers. Now Fernando has a shot to get into Cooperstown posthumously. We'll discuss Fernando's Hall of Fame case coming up. Plus, Alex Vesia away from the team during the World Series for deeply personal reasons, but he will be back with the Dodgers in 2026. We'll have more on the news of the day next. Couple of easy calls for the Dodgers front office today. The first one picking up the option on reliever Alex Vesia for $3.65 million. Vesia appeared in a career-high 68 games this year, posted a 3.02 ERA with 5 saves, which tied his career high as well. In the postseason, went 2-0 in 7 games, 3.86 ERA. Jerry, it will be great having Vesia back in 26.
It will be great having Alex Vesia back. One of the guys that he comes in the ball game and really energizes ball club, and he was sorely missed in that World Series. And we feel for Alex Vesia. We feel for him and his wife and his family. Will be good to have, be great to have Alex Vesia back in the mix. He means so much to this organization and team.
Huge part of that Dodgers bullpen. The leader of the bullpen dogs will be back in 2026. The Dodgers also picked up the option on Max Muncy, paying him $10 million next year. Hit .243, 19 homers during the regular season. Did miss significant time with that bone bruise in his knee and then the oblique strain. Hit 3 homers in the postseason, 2 of them in the World Series. None bigger than the 8th inning blast that brought the Dodgers to within 1 in Game 7. Bill, your thoughts on Muncy coming back next year?
He's a bargain at $10 million, even if he doesn't play a full season because of the injuries the last 2 years. the offense just doesn't work as well without him in the lineup. There's something, I talked to him about it during the season. I called it the Max Muncy effect, because there's something about the way he conducts at bats that the way he put it was it lets everyone else be themselves. They don't have to try and do things that aren't natural to them. So it's a bargain at $10 million.
Absolutely. In today's game, and a three-time World Series champion as well. Last year, the Dodgers had a parade on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. This year, they won the World Series on Fernando's 65th birthday. So great news coming out this week. Fernando is one of 8 names on the 2026 Contemporary Baseball Era Player Ballot. His importance to the game, Jerry, his impact, it transcends the stats that he ever put up. Could you see him getting enough support to become a Hall of Famer posthumously? I know Esperanza Hairston he's got his vote.
You remember, this is the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame, and nobody was more famous, especially in the southern region of Southern California and in Mexico, than this dude right here. This guy had an epic stretch for the Dodgers and was a transcendent piece for this Dodger organization, brought so many fans to the Dodger Stadium, and it was must-see TV and must go to Dodger Stadium every time he took the hill. Here's another thing, too. When he went on the road, he was must-see TV. They were packing their place because everybody wanted a glimpse of Fernando Valenzuela. Put him in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in there. Fernando Valenzuela, we are rooting for you, brother.
Full disclosure, when he was on the player ballot, I did not vote for him based on his career stats and analyzing him as a player. He was fantastic very early in his career, but didn't sustain that, largely because the Dodgers rode that shoulder into the ground. But this ballot is different from the player ballot, and I would wholeheartedly endorse him as a contributor to the game. How many guys have gotten in on that? There's been over the years owners, and Bud Selig is in the Hall of Fame as a contributor.
Yes.
I'm not sure what exactly he contributed. With Fernando, we know what he contributed. Fernando Mania is one of the highlights of sports baseball history. He brought an entire demographic of fans back into the game, back into the Dodgers fan base for sure. So absolutely justified.
How many guys have won a National League Rookie of the Year and a Cy Young in the same
and also the World
year?
Series championship the same
World
year.
Series. Excuse me. How many people have done that in the history of the game? Fernando, Hall of Famer.
All right, well, hopefully Fernando.
That would be one.
Yeah,
Well, besides him. Him.
One.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not a math major.
You don't do math, yeah.
That's as simple as math gets, Jerry. From Fernando Mania to the Big Show, the Dodgers have a long history of international superstars. Shohei has already won 2 rings. Since coming to L.A., he's close to a second straight MVP as well. Plus, Miggy Rowe and Andy Pahins came up huge on baseball's biggest stage in the most critical moments of Game 7. We'll count down the top 10 plays of the Fall Classic next. Reminder, the baseball games might be over. Now comes the interesting part of the baseball season. Over the next few months, free agency, awards week, the winter meetings, a ton of off-season moves. And as always, we will be here throughout the winter for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Probably some live news conferences, guests joining us as well. Sportsnet LA is your year-round home for the World Series champions. And when the series shifted back to Toronto for Game 6, our optimistic group here at Sportsnet LA began working on the many production elements we needed to cover a parade in 96 hours, I should say. You've got to be prepared. And sure enough, they all made TV because there was never a doubt. Right, Jerry?
Never a doubt.
Here's the best from an unforgettable World Series at number 10, Jerry. Tommy Edman in that 18-inning marathon, 9th inning, 10th inning, 2 huge throws that helped the Dodgers win this game.
A couple things here, especially on this play. You anticipate the runner heading to third base off that deflection. He slides, squares his shoulders, and fires a perfect one-hop feed to Max Muncy, who applies the tag. Love that play. And then Tommy Edman making sure he's in position to be able to throw the runner out, hustling around third base. Great relay throw from Teoscar Hernandez. And then Tommy Edman, perfect strike to Will Smith, who applied the tag, gets his glove down initially, and then once you have the ball, catcher could block the play.
Number 9, Bill, 12th inning of that same game, Clayton Kershaw inherits a bases-loaded jam, and he's able to get out of it without allowing a run.
What a finish for his career. That was the only out he got in the last two, or the World Series, and now he rides off into the sunset. Just a terrific finish for a great career. I told him after Game 7, I'll see you in 5 years in Cooperstown.
There's Ellen Kershaw. She was in tears. Kersh told us on parade rally day she's not a bullpen wife. Number 8, Game 7, Saturday, 9th inning. Blue Jays had the bases loaded, Jerry, when Andy Paz goes up and over Kike.
I'll tell you what, Andy Paz could make a run if he wants to for the Rams. Slot receiver, go up and get it in traffic to make the catch. Great job that night.
At number 7, it's Miggy Rowe with some defense in both games 6 and 7, Bill. First in game 6, the bare hand play.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a guy who's just got great hands and just reacted to the ball.
And then in the 9th inning of game 7, Dalton Varsho hits the ground ball, and he's able to get the runner at the plate.
Again, this saved the World Series for the Dodgers. He loses his balance a little, but makes a perfect throw. Just amazing when you talk about game of inches.
Man. Number 6, Jerry, game 3 Monday, the 18-inning marathon. Will Klein went 4 scoreless innings, by far the longest outing of his big league career.
Los Angeles Dodgers legend Will Klein. Tell you what he did to be ready was in Arizona relaxing, but he was ready for his moment.
Some offense from that 18-inning game. Shohei Ohtani, Bill, had 2 doubles, 2 homers, was walked 5 times, set a major league record by reaching base 9 times in a single game.
Just amazing. The guy finds ways to do things that we never even thought of. I don't think anybody thought, he might get on base 9 times and then start the game the next day, like 17 hours later.
Number 4, to finish off the 18-inning marathon, Freddie Freeman.
11:50 in Los Angeles. Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the catch strikes me. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
Freddie again, Jerry.
We talk about legends. This guy, 2 walk-off home runs at Dodger Stadium in the World Series. First one, game 1 against the Show Yanks last year. And how about this one? The 18-inning marathon. Legend of Freddie Freeman.
Number 3, 9th inning of game 6, Bill. Kike Hernandez is in left field. Miggy Rowe is at second base. They turn this into a game-ending double play.
Just so many remarkable things about this. Kike said the ball disappeared in the lights and reappeared in his glove. He said he got quiet just as Glasnow threw the pitch so that he could hear the bat break and get a better jump. And then the pick by Miggy had, caught it behind him, I think.
Incredible. Number 2, game 7, Dodgers are down 4-2 in the 8th inning, Jerry, and that's when they got 3 huge solo blasts. Muncy in the 8th, Miggy Rowe in the 9th, and Will Smith in the 11th.
Max Muncy chipping away right there. Outstanding job. Miggy Rowe, not trying to hit a home run, rocket to tie up the ball game. We were down to the final 2 outs, and then how about Will Smith? Gets a hanging breaking ball, deposited basically around the same place Miggy Rowe did. Outstanding job to take the lead in the World Series.
From there, it was all up to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He is number 1 because the World Series MVP threw a complete game in Game 2. He wins Game 6, throws 96 pitches, Bill, and then the very next night in Game 7, he goes 2 2/3.
New age bulldog. I mean, he pitched, I think it's 17 2/3 innings in that series. We were talking to Clayton Kershaw after Game 3, and he said, that short rest stuff isn't easy. I've done it with 2 days rest. I've never done it with no days rest. Yoshi was remarkable.
He certainly was, and he just carved up those Blue Jays hitters. Helped the Dodgers win the World Series right there with that double play to end it. Just incredible, superhuman type of stuff from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Next up, the individual hardware, including Shohei Ohtani about to take home his 3rd straight MVP. Perhaps the only question is, will it be unanimous once again? It is awards week next week, and on Thursday it all wraps up with the MVP awards. As expected, Shohei Ohtani named one of the 3 NL finalists along with Kyle Schwarber and Juan Soto. We don't really see how Shohei does not become the second player to ever win 4 league MVP awards. Join us next Thursday as we celebrate the big show and hopefully hear from some of his teammates at its MVP access next Thursday here on Sportsnet LA. There's so many superlatives about the best baseball player on the planet. He's in line to make it 3 straight MVPs, number 4 overall. He wins back-to-back World Series rings, back-to-back MVPs, Bill, in his first 2 years with the Dodgers. 55 homers at the plate, a sub-3 ERA on the mound. Once again, this is a no-doubter.
It's a unicorn. We're watching the greatest player in the history of the game. Don't argue with me. The guy does things no one else has ever even tried. It's like Tom Brady being the best quarterback while he's also maybe an all-pro linebacker at the same time.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, it's just remarkable. You know, enjoy it.
I completely agree. He is the best player I've ever seen. And again, no disrespect to Babe Ruth. I never got a chance to see him. Josh Gibson. But you can't tell me this dude. Now, Barry Bonds was the best hitter I ever saw. But what Ohtani does is one of the best hitters in the game right now and one of the best starting pitchers in the game right now. And what he did in the NLCS on that stage, 3 tape measure shots and then shutting down the opposition with 10 strikeouts. Are you out of your mind? I didn't think I've ever even seen it. If you would have told me that 30 years ago that was going to happen, I would have laughed at you. That's never going to happen.
Right.
He actually did it.
Well, and then a few days later, he goes 4 for 4 with 2 homers and reaches base 9 times. So he just keeps on raising the bar on himself and every other major league player. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was easily the most important and consistent pitcher for the Dodgers this year, made every single start in a season where the Dodgers needed all of them because of the injuries. Paul Skeens, Jerry, is going to win the Cy Young. We know that. But Yoshi's regular season was incredible. And obviously, if you factor in everything he did in October, he would have won the Cy Young.
He would have. But obviously, this is a regular season award, and Paul Skeens an absolute monster, and he is well deserving of the Cy Young Award. But you're right, when you factor in everything, especially the last 2 years, what he's done in the postseason, in my opinion, he's had the best run of any starting pitcher the last 2 years. He has been outstanding, and he deserves some type of award. Obviously, he's the MVP of the World
That's a pretty good award.
Pretty good award to have. But I'm just saying, it's some type of love. Bill, maybe you should invent an award for the most outstanding pitcher, regular season and in the postseason.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Cy Young. It's voted on after the regular season, and you have to turn your ballot in before the first postseason game. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has turned into a big game pitcher. He came through big time last year in the postseason, and he came through big time for them all season long this year. He emerged as an ace. And the one thing I'll say about Paul Skeens, he was #1 in every statistic you can come up with for a pitcher. And when I vote for MVP or Cy Young, there's a difference to me. The MVP is also about the effect you have on your team and the contributions you make to the team. Cy Young is just, who's the hardest guy to hit? Just who's the best pitcher, and the team stuff goes to the side.
It is a shame what they're doing to Paul Skeens over in Pittsburgh. There's no reason why the Pirates couldn't be the Braves. Hopefully their organization gets better.
That's their mess, their own problem. Once again, Dave Roberts was not a finalist for Manager of the Year. The 3 men who are Reds' Terry Francona, Phillies' Rob Thompson, Brewers' Pat Murphy, all 3 knocked out by Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. And we know that Doc would happily take the World Series trophy, Bill, over Manager of the Year. But he's been the perfect guy, I think, to man this ship for the Dodgers.
Well, at the time that the ballots went in for this award, the Dodgers were a disappointment.
Yes.
They had just won 93 games. They were supposed to win, I don't know, I think Bill Plaschke had them at 150 and 12 early in the year. And I've talked to Dave about this. This award, it bothers him a little bit. I think you're right. I think he's happy to collect the other hardware instead. But this award has become who had the best season that you didn't expect. It's not about, well, we knew the Dodgers were going to be good, and he did a fantastic job of making sure they were good. It's about teams that overachieve.
I got a chance to see manager Dave Roberts at the golf course yesterday. We chatted for about 15 minutes. Listen, he knows he's a great manager, but he also knows now, we had this discussion, he's a Hall of Fame manager. 3-time champion and back-to-back, hopefully three-peat next year. That's really all he cares about. Sure, would he like to be recognized? But at the end of the day, it's about championships. And the more championships a manager wins, guess what? You go to Cooperstown. He's going to be a Hall of Fame manager. Book it. He now really understands that. So that's really all he cares. It's about Dodgers winning championships.
And they could have won 120 games this year, and he probably still wouldn't be a finalist for the top three.
No, because he just did what was expected.
Right, that's what was expected. All right, there's a reason why Game 7 of the World Series was the most watched baseball game in 34 years. Up next, the sounds of the postseason from all 13 Dodger wins. By the numbers, the Dodgers offense this postseason, not what we saw for most of the regular season, just over 4 runs per game, run differential just plus 10, team batting average 233, 52 extra base hits, 24 homers. Thank goodness for the pitching staff, 2.68 postseason ERA. Let's look back at how it happened in our Sounds of the Postseason.
As Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series takes place, it's the best 2 out of 3. And your defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers entertaining the Cincinnati Reds.
Swing and a line drive. Ripped right field. Back. Gone. Shohei explodes immediately. Teo ×2 here in Game 1. Ohtani hits a towering ball. Deep right field. Just a mammoth blast for his second home run. And the Dodgers are pouring it on in Game 1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto just did what aces do. He wiggles out of a big jam to keep the Dodgers ahead. The Dodgers sweep the Reds, and they'll take on the Phillies in the division series.
The Blue Jays have made a season out of proving people wrong. This was a last-place team last year, now in the World Series for the first time since they won back-to-back titles in '92. Perfectly comfortable playing the role of the underdog.
High drive deep to left field. It's Smith with a big swing. He's given the Dodgers the lead in the 7th.
World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 2 of the World Series against the Blue Jays, has thrown a complete game, retiring the final 20 that he faces.
11-4 Blue Jays in Game 1, 5-1 Dodgers in Game 2. When the series is tied at 1, the Game 3 winner goes on to win the series 70% of the time. Ohtani shoots one, left field, carrying back, it is out of here! We're tied again in Game 3. Bouncing ball to second, Edmund hurries, over to first in time! Clayton Kershaw like he's never done before. 4 heroic innings out of the bullpen for Will Klein. Keeps the game tied at 5, going to the bottom of the 18th inning. Furman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the catch strikes me. Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic. Freddie Freeman, Mr. World Series, ends the marathon at midnight.
Betts breaks through, and so do the Dodgers.
Oh, an exhale and the monkey off his back. Jimenez points one, left field. Hernandez makes the catch. Back to second. Game 7 tomorrow night. It's a game-ending double play. Kike Hernandez to Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas coming up against Jeff Hoffman.
Drilled to left field and deep. And gone! No way! Miguel Rojas! And in the 9th inning of Game 7, he's hit a tying home run.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, one day after pitching Game 6, in relief in Game 7.
Roller to second. Rojas comes home in time. And it's Miguel Rojas who ties it in the top of the 9th. Saves it in the bottom of the 9th. Fly ball to left field. Hernandez on the run with Pages over his head. Pages runs him over. Makes the catch. Sends Game 7 to the 10th. Smith hits a high fly ball to deep left field. It's got a chance. It is good.
Game 7. The Dodgers lead for the first time. Bounces one up the middle. Bats to the back. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Season began on March 18th in Japan. It ended November 1st in Canada. Bill, you were there for those two games and every other game in between. Give me one sentence to sum up the 2026 Dodger season.
Well, I'll fact check you just like I did Max Muncy. It ended on November 2nd.
That's true. Where you were. Here in L.A., it was still the first, but yes.
It was historic. That's the word that sums it up from beginning to end. It was historic.
Jerry, your sentence?
51 million viewers watched this World Series, the Blue Jays and Dodgers. Thank you, Dodgers are great for baseball. Who would have thunk it?
My sentence is never underestimate the heart of a champion. They got it done even though they looked down and out numerous times in the postseason. For Jerry and Bill, I'm John. Thanks for watching. Keep on celebrating your Dodgers back-to-back World Series champs. See you next week.
いかがだったでしょうか。改めて歴史的なシーズンを過ごしたのだと感じます。本チャンネルでは今週から始まる表彰ラッシュもタイムリーにお届けしていきます。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。